Hi, how's it going? It's not going to be legendary. Keep your expectations in check. That's right, vintage developer. Mm, that's true. I should have the guitar around here, shouldn't I? I have a really nice Gibson guitar, and it's got a buzz, and it's not a fret buzz. It's there's something I don't know. It feels like something's come unglued on the inside. I need a what do you call those? A luthier? What do you think? Luthier? I'm not gonna play a ton, but thank you for coming. Um, yes, exactly. The two 4K lightning gun. You remember. I'm gonna play a little bit, but I am chilling here on a cold, dark Sunday evening, and so I'm going to. I don't have whiskey. No, I'm trying to be healthier. I have should I put hashtag sponsored in this in the metadata? I'm having Marrakesh mint tea, green. Well, not a green tea, a mint tea. Bodhi, thanks. That's nice. That's awesome. Yeah, when console release? I don't know. Um, hopefully not too long. Um, probably talk about it more early next year. Figure out what we're doing that way. Because the console people have to agree to it as well. But um, definitely would like that myself. That's right. Did Rebecca, I don't know if she fired me last episode or she kind of smacked me in the face though. I don't know. My chin's still kind of hurting. Has it has it been years? Yes. Do I have a new do I have a new graphics fetish? Yes, yes, I always do. I always do. Yeah, that's no problem. I'm just here to have a little chill stream here. You can see I got my readers on now because when you hit the 5.0, the eyes close up don't work. Far away is great. Far away is great. They won't take away my driver's license for a little while, I hope. Um, yeah, exactly. 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 I do you got to do the 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 look back, right? You got to do that. I'm actually playing on my dev build here with all sorts of cheats and all sorts of nonsense. Hope it's not too loud. Is that too loud? Relative to me, is that cool? Okay. I'm very out of practice with my streaming. Um, so probably will be showing all my personal data and getting doxxed and leaking DE corporate secrets over the next few the next few minutes. Um, my audio is a little low. Yeah, I have this little guy here. Um, the last one I had broke, and I just bought the same one again because I do like it. I don't like having the thing near my mouth. Yes, I know. I do. I get that anxiety when stream. Oh man, I love the little birdie when he comes and lands on you, and then if you get spicy, he takes off. Um, I always get that. I always get that anxiousness, like I'm gonna accidentally share some terrible secret, even though I have no windows open to that effect. Um, yeah, spit button, eh? That's okay. All right, right. I'll think about that. I'm actually on. You can see where I'm at. Actually, this account I've reset my quest state to be the stag quest, the Garen one, because that puzzle was needed help. If you remember that shrine puzzle, and so I wanted to run through it and fix it up, make it a little less confusing, and I think I've accomplished that. But everyone will humble me when I have to give it a go. I've also been working on what else have I been working on? I'm working on like trying to get the I don't know how to spell, do I? I've lost the ability to type. Also been working on putting the moon on the opposite side of the world, which is easier than it sounds. I have God power. And so that you kind of get to see more change during the time of day cycles, because the moon follows almost the same path as the sun on the live build right now. So I wanted to do that. It's another thing I'm cooking, which is kind of refreshing actually to see it there. Are we getting controller support? You should have controller support. You should have controller support. We play it quite a lot on controller. So if there's something that isn't working, maybe you want to do like a little bindings reset. You know, get in here and reset to defaults. Yeah, third-party controllers. Okay, what's a good example? I'll make a note. I got my notes. It's a very complicated system. It's Notepad. Yes, it is. It's a very similar setting screen to Warframe. We're gonna give it a little bit more of its own unique look and feel. Stadia controller, interesting. Poor Stadia. Okay, well I don't know if we have any of those around, but we'll take a look at that. We'll take a look at that. If it does work on Warframe, then that probably is something we need to look at integrating. That's a good point. If it works in Warframe, should work. Not just, oh, I see. Has problems in Warframe and Soulframe. Yeah, I see. Yeah, I mean, poor Stadia, right? I'll make a note though, and ask the crew. Wow. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, so I'm working on that. So my problem right now is when the moon goes down, the sun goes and flies across because it's using some terrible interpolation, and that's not cool. So I gotta patch that up a little bit. Well, that's scary. Oh, this is for the event. This is roughed in for the event. Yeah. So we have a little event coming, and you can see some placeholder stuff here on the dev build. And so yeah, we're gonna have a cool event for Thawtide. I'm not sure if any of you saw that yet, but we're gonna do a cool bird event, and the Ode are not happy that the birds, the cardinals, are coming, so they're gonna be putting these machines in that make scary sounds for the birds, and you gotta destroy them and also figure out how to feed them and stuff. So that is coming along very nicely, and we'll be releasing the week after next, because next week's busy around the old DE farm with old Peace. Yes, the IK can be brought over to Warframe. There's a bunch of stuff we're doing that we've sort of tested out in Soulframe for motion matching animation, using motion matching to also move the character without sliding into things like context actions and stuff like that, and into cinematics, and also patched up and improved the IK blending and stuff like that. I think that'd be very cool for Warframe as well. So I know that they're going to start in the new year bringing over the motion matching animation stuff for operator drifter stuff. I will answer questions. Whips, yes, of course. Whoosh. Gonna have lots of cool finessey weapons like that. Someone's saying there's a puzzle on the Glades tile, but the pressure plates maybe aren't working. So I'm going to add you next to my Stadia controller notes. Thank you. These glasses are like $29.99 at the drugstore. They're just readers, so it's nothing fancy. How's Glenn doing? I think I saw someone say, how's Glenn doing? Glenn is doing great. And Glenn was actually threatening to stream Soulframe. He was going to do some, our internal word for this is dog fooding, which of course is what we have to do lots of, which is play our own game. So Glenn is going to be, has threatened me with doing some more dog fooding of Soulframe, because he's been helping us integrate a whole bunch of optimizations and really cool things that the Warframe tech team has done, and obviously bringing it over into Soulframe. In fact, this build has a lot of that stuff in it. So that is one of the things that he's been helping us with. So yeah, he's doing good. I think it would be cool to have some Easter eggs here and there. We actually have a race of creatures that are going into Soulframe soon, which are called the Grin with a Y, and you can imagine who they might be inspired by in Warframe. So yeah. Yes, my mic is quiet, and I'm mumbling as well. I don't know if I can boost it easily. Let me see what my advanced audio properties are here. I could. Let me see if I can boost this. Let's do plus 3 dB. Live wild. How's that? Any better? Hey Steve, seems if you scale down the HUD, it also scales down the red vignette when you take damage. Ooh, yuck. Okay, yeah. I know what that is. It'd be tempting to try to fix it on this stream, but I'm so rusty, I don't know if I should try. I'm going to try to take a look at a few bugs, though, depending on how settled things are here. Playing gamer now, awesome. What am I doing here? HUD scale effects damage indicators. I have not seen that on a list yet, so that's cool. Thank you. Hi, Steve. I'm curious about optimization made to Warframe so that it can run on Android. What were the axes of optimization? Aha! You've come to the right place if you want to hear boring technical talk. Oh, did you see the sun? Did you see how the sun's like acting weird? Yeah. Because this is on my local build. You can see, yeah, you can see it's like too high and it's interpolating from the moon position over. Still looks cool, but it's a little wonky. I gotta fix that. Axis of optimizations for Android. I think the hardest part of mobile so far has been memory, and that's fitting it into small RAM devices. When Warframe started, it actually worked on the 32-bit Windows back in the day, 2012, 2013. Um, and and then we cut 32-bit support, and because 32-bit support means you got to fit into less than 4 gigs, right? And then here we are back in, now we're in ending 2025. We probably could run on XP again, because of all of the work that went into fitting it onto low RAM devices. And that was a lot of work. And I think if you played on iOS, you probably are familiar with, you can't play certain quests if you're on low RAM device. Like there's an iPad variant that has a massive screen and tons of pixels, but it doesn't come with very much RAM. And so that has been a big challenge. So yeah, animation compression, animation streaming, mesh streaming, which was something that we started in Soulframe and backported, because it was sort of like a lower risk thing, depending on where Warframe was in its update schedule. And then yeah, scaling rendering has always been pretty okay for us for Warframe. But yeah, that was the big one, memory, and it took a lot of work to get that squeezed in there. So yeah, so even something like Soulframe could probably run on mobile now, thanks to all the work that the Warframe team did, the Warframe mobile team did. I did see other cool questions in here. Lots of good questions. JNI, yeah, I mean we have, as far as I understand, it's mostly C++ for us with a little glue layer to kick it off. Um, I saw a question about opt-in PvP. I don't know if that's going to be something that we'll get into for Soulframe. Not for a little while. We have so many things that we want to add in the next 6 months, for the whole kind of like meta progression of the game. Um, there's a lot of things to collect in the game, and there's a lot of stuff to kind of do, but it isn't really packaged in a way that feels um, that you know what the Outer are up to and what their big evil plans are. So that's the stuff that I'm most excited to work on come January. Once we get our Thaw Tide event out and that sort of stuff, really excited to get into that. So don't want to get too much into that. Um, Steve, are you worried that Soulframe is feeling too similar to Warframe? Is that on purpose or not? It does have similarities. That's for sure. Um, am I worried about that? I don't know. Depends what day of the week it is. Sometimes I think it's good, some of the similarities, and then sometimes I think it needs to be more different. So one of the ways that we're trying to make it different is have a lighter touch on action RPG with our virtue system, but we really need to do a pretty aggressive rework of that we're actually working on right now, so that improves some of the problems we have, sort of a bit of a design debt, so to speak. One thing a lot of people are noticing, which of course we're not surprised to hear, are things like the way some of the virtues scale damage. Feels like it's all a courage game and that sort of thing. So yeah. Is Soulframe melee focused right now? It is and it isn't. So I have this weapon, and then I also have these caster gauntlets as well. So I play a bit of both. So you've got kind of I suppose the way our virtue systems work kind of has that trinity of like a mage type thing, which is our spirit, and then the grace, which is kind of bows and precision weapons, throwing weapons, and then you have the kind of more of the fighter on the courage side, which is swords and pole arms and that sort of stuff. So Someone's saying they see big frame drops when trickle of light is cast at close range. Well, that's very interesting. My expectation is it's got lots of expensive lights. So I'll make a note. I'm taking some notes. Uh, yeah, there are Deviri similarities. For example, um, we have these ode walls that we've added to the game to kind of create a little bit more segregation in the zones and how the leveling system works. Here I am flying around in super duper speed mode, so you'll have to yeah. So these are kind of Deviri vibe, because Deviri is sort of like a tech fantasy thing, so it's a little bit similar. One of the things that we're doing for this these walls is adding more uh, spaces to get through, because they're kind of a pain in the butt right now, especially if you played before the walls went in. You had a lot more freedom of movement. So there's going to be gaps in the walls. There's going to be more gateways. So there'll be a bit more options for you to get through. Um, oh crap! That's a little event. Oh, I've discovered a new area. Ooh. Yeah. So I hope I think the walls are I think the walls are good generally. Just need to be a bit more permeable so they're not so frustrating. Because yeah, they're kind of. I can see my reset account here. Yeah, there's quite a bit of them in here. Should unlock some map trees on my uh, on my thing here. Someone's saying, "Is the stag quest not starting a known bug?" It is not. So if you have you got some more context for that, then I'd be all ears. I am taking notes while I hang out with everyone here. What do you? Oh, I'm getting destroyed here. Hey, hey! Oh, I'm taking notes and getting killed. Oh, there's no way I'll get there in time from that shrine. Oh, hello guys. I can go over the walls with this guy. Whee! Didn't make it. Why is rank 30 the max? That's a good question, actually. Oh, okay. Yeah, sorry, I missed this. It was a lovely time playing Preludes 9. Cool. Well, there's lots of walls now. But yeah, we are going to. Swift will never die. Yes, well, we use it for our UI. Is that, did I miss the context of that? Yes, could the stealth rune get rewritten? It's a little misleading on how much extra invis time you get on stealth kills. Currently has times that. Yes, yes. I did see that on a list somewhere, but I will make sure I add it again. Yes, exactly. It would be cool if the Bizocam could be kind of kited into blasting through the walls. I know, um, I know that that has been brought up on our team. What's your most beloathed software you're stuck to doing? Using? Yeah, maybe it is. Maybe it is related to the Swift. We use Adobe Animate to make our to do the layouts of our UI, and I don't have to use it a ton, but when I do, I find it gets kind of stuck and it won't refresh the visuals and have to restart it a lot. So that is maybe that's something that loathe is the wrong word, because I do like it if it didn't have that problem. It just occurred to me it might be cool if you are flying in sparrow mode, if the event bird cannons would actually detect you and make it difficult for you. That might be a cool little touch. So I'm going to make a note for myself, not just for you guys. Code bird disruptor. Dang. Sparrow question mark? Is there a chance to add a torch or lantern system to see in the dark areas? There is an auto light that is attached to the player. If you're talking about some of the dungeons, maybe we've turned that off and we shouldn't. Be curious where you're finding that. Does any amount of over or underclocking crash this game? The blanket answer from a dev is of course. I had a phase of overclocking way back in the day, but obviously, generally that is going to bring you instability in almost anything. Is Eternium as a method of getting back to Curlil area intended or a bug? It's a bug, actually. It is quite nice to get to the center of the map. Yes, I agree. Let me think about that, though. It's not really intended. Yeah, right. Think of lantern monetization. Yeah, right. Add some volume? Oh man, I don't know. I'll try again here with my settings. I could just mumble less, right? I can crank the dB here and see what happens. It kind of looks like it's not even working though, is it? I am a bit of a, I'm kind of thumbs with this stuff. And it says 300%. Yeah, okay. 316% seems to be the way. Okay. Better? Okay, cool. Now I can mumble even softer. Do you think you can get quest weapons viable at Camel once they have unlocked it? Yeah, we started to do that with the starter pack, so maybe we should do that more. Will the color customization extend to the packs? Sleeves? Yes. Yes, it will. Yes, it will. Why am I taking a note on that? We're already working on that. But yes, yes, it will. Any way to fix trees in Endless, sometimes becoming all destroying low poly for non-hosts. I think is that still happening? Because I thought we fixed that on Friday. Let me know if that's still happening, because I'm pretty sure I fixed that. Oh, here's Sarah Loves Archery coming to dunk on my virtue bugs, my virtue system problems. Will there be a capture mode? Yes, absolutely. Yeah, we just fixed the Stealth Cobra, so that was yes, that was nasty how all that wind got got blown up. I'm only kidding. I'm only kidding. What packs are considered underperforming and are likely to be worked in and changed? They're all getting a pass right now. Do I have a list? I don't have a list about specific packs right now, but I know there was a conversation about that. Uh, I think Tethrin has a little bit of an OP problem right now as well. Sira needs help. Ha ha ha. Okay. All right. All right. That's why I'm here. To make notes and be generally useless and just ask other people to fix it for me. Orangol is a bit unsatisfying in combat. Okay, well, that's interesting. Don't add nullifier enemies. Yeah, yeah. Tethrin and Bromius are a little bit extra. Mm-hmm. So polite. Uh, yes, the math seems to be going wild with a Y. Thank you. That is also our joke at work, which is putting a Y where an I ought to be. Um, is Catherine doesn't feel wildly different. Yeah. What about the Fellust though? I wondered. I think that was the one note we were thinking about. Um, oh, I see. Jeff is sending some chats here. He's been playing the Thaw Tide event. Excellent. Okay. They're discussing some balance issues in the event. Someone says I never completed Orgal. It bugged out. Well, I think you could give it another try because I think I think we did fix that. Interesting. Oh, look at that fellust note. How do you say that? Fellust. Lust for the fell. Um, any plans for pets? I mean, yes, we gave you a puppy for a reason. So we're going to be working on that for sure. Um, uh, Steve, rule of cool is more important than logic in games? Question mark. Interesting. Oh, wow. It's going to get philosophical in here. Hmm. Yeah. How would I answer that? I don't know. I'd have to watch. We should probably watch a Tim Kaine video. He'll have an answer for something like that. Do you like power scaling going crazy when playing co-op? Feels like it gives an incentive. Yeah, I do like that, but I have a feeling we have a few problems where scaling stuff's working inconsistently. So we need to look at that, and we have that on some of our notes. I wonder if Steve expected to not get any work done and just stand still while consuming community feedback. Yeah, I was you know what? If that's what this is, that's what this is. It's totally cool. I'm totally fine with that. I don't mind that in the least. Um, I mean, let me see, what have I got here? I've got I got my stuff, like I got the code here ready to go. Um, and I did actually want to look at a localization issue. Um, but of course, obviously, if I was just here to fix bugs, I wouldn't be streaming. And so part of it is to get people's thoughts as well. Most of it is, right? Um, any plans for a walk versus jog? Yeah, I know. I like to do this when I play because I just want to kind of soak it in. So I do like a little crouch. You could look at a toggle, or maybe a creep if you're on the controller, you know. Uh, Expected console release. I shouldn't comment because honestly, we haven't even had enough serious conversations with the console platforms. We've talked to them a little bit about the game, and we've sent them codes like way back, but it hasn't gone anywhere serious. So it'd be irresponsible for me to promise. But uh, I got my PlayStation 5 over there hooked up, and so I would love to play it on my couch on my PlayStation, for example. I love the way Death Stranding handled toggle, walk, run, sprint on keyboard and mouse. You know, yeah, I've forgotten how it worked. I definitely played it and dropped my boxes down plenty of hill, but I don't remember the system. I'll have to take a look at it again. Um, Quite like the idea of cleaning sludge and restoring nature. Will there be any more ways to do that that are less combat focused? Hell yes. Hell yes. Absolutely. Um, we we're just getting started with that stuff, um, and really having a lot more to do with that, with those themes is personally what excites me a lot about what we're planning in the near future. So yeah, any plans for rapiers, crossbows, or flintlock rifles? Yes, yes, maybe. We haven't really got into a lot of the ode sort of like tech stuff yet, so I think there's probably some good stuff in there that you might like. But yes, we do have a lot of weapon types we want to add as well, for sure. Will we have numbers on skills and an in-game explanation of the virtues and what they will do? Yeah, yeah, we will. We will. We are going to we're going to be reworking some of the those systems. So maybe it's premature to explain them while we smash them. We're going to do a light rev of those. I don't know if it's going to make it. We kind of wanted to do it before the end of the year for the way the virtues are hooked up to abilities and the way the virtues are not hooked up to the defensive stats. So there is some stuff coming. Will it make it this year? I'm not sure, but it will be early next year if it doesn't, because we're already smashing it right now on our dev build. Yes, we will be doing facial hair stuff for sure. Excited for, yeah, we don't even have the new heads and faces in and stuff like that. That's coming. Um, don't know if it's going to make it for Thawtide, but it is going to be coming very soon. Fishing, yeah, I love fishing in games. Um, and I did have an idea for fishing that felt consistent with the Envoy's sort of connection to nature that I want to try. So yeah, I think we'll definitely be doing that. Great sword totems be fixed soon. Let me make a note so I will check where that is in the queue. Can we get wolf totems, please? Yes, that would be amazing. Any chance of us getting a test dummy? Yes, there definitely is. What was I playing? I was playing Absolem. Has anyone played Absolem yet? Damn, it's so good. They got an awesome little test dummy. Utility bow ducks in queue, please. I think I understand. I think I understand. Interesting. Utility bow ducks in queue. They are bugged? Interesting. Okay, well, I'm on page 2 of my notes, so this has so far been very successful. Yeah, public export, you're talking about drop tables, right? Yes, we are gonna be stealing that from Warframe very soon. Um, Steve looks a lot different compared to almost a decade ago on Warframe streams. Yeah, man. That's that's life. But I still love it just as much. So as I wither inside, the child remains. Uh, okay, thank you for being a fan. I'm not going to read your username out loud. That is quite an insane username. Oh, I see. Yes, 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 yes. The utility from the duck. Yes, I know exactly what you're talking about. Yep. Um, yes, got it. No, exactly. Are we gonna get status effects? Yes, we are. And it's kind of looping back to a question that we had before, which is, Steve, are you worried the game is too similar to Warframe? We're gonna do it a little bit differently uh, than it is in Warframe, so that's why it's taking a little bit of extra time. But we are gonna do that. It's there's like two buttons. Well, maybe three, but like rip off our own game or rip off Breath of the Wild or a Souls game or something. Oh boy. But yeah, we're trying to do stuff different, so it takes us a little while. Today's sweatshirt is Ucluelet or Yuki, which I went and visited in the spring, and I really liked it out there. That was lovely. It was very lovely. Possible to access fast travel inside the hub between ancestors? That would be nice, wouldn't it? The Thought Tide event is going to be after Old Peace, so we haven't announced the date yet, um, but I'm hoping we can squeeze it out before everyone goes on their well-deserved holidays. So, yeah, which way Western Dev exactly? Yes, yes. Everything is intended to be soloable. Soloable. Yes. I am uh I am a solo player. I remember playing Ashron's Call as far away from everyone as I could, sliding down the barely textured mountains. Will Soulframe have its own version of operations? It will have its own meta recurrent things. Absolutely. Yes. Okay. Cool. Yeah, I do. I enjoy the casters too. I got my little gauntlets on here, and I enjoy these immensely. Hey, wait. This one doesn't have the volumetric wind on it. That's a crime. You need to have the. You need to have this sort of silly volumetric wind on it. Um, Someone's saying, ah, co-op stability improvements. Definitely, there is, but if you have a specific thing in mind when you're asking that, let me know. What are the weapons looking like internally? A lot of them don't feel unique right now. Hmm. That's an interesting observation. Obviously, adding new weapon types and that sort of thing, but maybe we need to push a little more on that. Shortbows versus longbows in the future? Yes, absolutely. Fire gauntlets for sure, for sure. Is Warframe going to get public events? Yes, yes it is. The big stuff uh, is being pushed on right now, which is all that kind of meta progression and event stuff. Really, really needing that right now in Soulframe. A big time. Um, Someone's having random crashes. Um, if you do open a support ticket with your random crash, we can usually correlate it to our crash reporting system. Make sure you always submit those and then we'll take a look. Party size for now staying at 3. Switch 2 build of Warframe is coming along great, if that's what your question is. There's no Switch 2 build of Soulframe yet. A great sword, a Paragon great sword, a skin for Warframe. Oh, interesting. I will take that under advisement. I'm glad that you dig it. Is it intentional for point distribution between spirit, courage, and grace to not change between loadouts? It is not. That's part of some stuff we've been putting off for a while, so it will be tied to currently the plan, without making promises here, the plan is yes, that it is going to be tied to loadouts, and we're going to be taking some big swings on that. Um, I guess, I guess if you know, I guess I could sort of tell you a little bit about it. Let me see if I got notes around. Um, not maybe you can like zoom in and like read off the reflection of my glasses, my secret notes. Um, but the plan that's being worked on right now, again, subject to it sucks or it doesn't as we're testing it internally, is um, yeah, top line is courage is Conan and grace is Legolas and spirit is Gandalf, of course. So right now, some of the way the virtues are scaling, or some of the way the virtues don't affect important stuff like armor, is creating a problem where there's only one important virtue. So magic effects and anything that feels ethereal will scale with spirit instead of just all things damage scaling with one virtue. Uh, we're going to take out the point system, the micromanagement of the points of virtues, and it's going to be part of either the pact is going to control the distribution, or we have another thing that we're testing, which is like a meditation, which is kind of where the focal point of your current virtue layout is. So you have your total points, which is the sum of all those things. That just grows as you get more powerful. And then you'll have a meditation that will make you more of a courageous, which we would call like a tanky or a fighter build. You might have a meditation might be in between courage and say grace. That would kind of be almost like a ranger build, right? It is, if you think about it conceptually, it is like points within a triangle, but you won't be doing expert mode tweaking plus minus plus minus. You won't have the situation where you have unspent points, uh, but it will be distributed according to basically an item that controls it. And that allows us to tie it into loadout slots, right? So that you can have different attributes, balances. So how does that sound? Not bad. Uh, so you will be able to manage it. You will have it tied to loadout, but it won't be plus minus, unspent, unspent. Uh, so no point spends. Everything's going to be a ratio. The abilities are going to get rebalanced. Armor is going to get more specialized. So some armor is going to be scaling again based on kind of the build preference of that. That will be a little chafy, I think, for some of you. So once that rolls out and we figure out that it's good and we like it, we will probably have a little bit of Moonsteel thread to go along with that to make the medicine go down. And yeah, the simplicity is something we want to keep and just have it actually be slightly even more simple so that you don't get into this situation where you haven't spent points or the virtue distribution requires micromanagement every time you want to switch things up. So yeah, I think that's it. Sounds simple when I say it like that, but it's a little bit, a little bit more complicated in the implementation. Yes, someone's saying my 2 cents is they want the combat faster and more things to do. Uh, Probably not going to go crazy on the combat speed, but more things to do is on the top of my personal agenda for our design goals this month and next. So completely agree. Yeah, speaking of simplicity, standardize smite into percentage instead of fractions. That's me just trying to make it feel a little bit more medieval, but I'll consider it. I'll consider it, but I did intend that. Yes, and then there's questions about talisman transmog. Yes, transmog all the things. I think that will eventually come, but so far, I think the main thing we want to push for customization is getting it to work on your pact and adding that in. So that's going to be coming first. Will weapon transmog cost Moonstill's thread? Probably. And if it does, um, that will probably mean we'll have to rebalance the economy a bit on it because there's a lot of stuff there, and we don't want it to be insanely uh, gross. So no promises, but yes, it would use the same system. Um, oh, someone's saying hi from France and saying hi to DEK. Well, that's great. I was actually intending to start the stream and actually fix a localization bug. Um, but I think it's more important. Obviously, the point of streaming is to have a chat with all of you. Someone has a sparagon. Is that what you call it? That's hilarious. Yes, yes, that's great. Will magic change hair color for a few seconds? Interesting. Oh, I missed. I think I missed the other half of that sentence. Someone's remembering my old streams with Railjack portals. Yes, I don't know if I have any tricks like that up my sleeve anymore. I've played all my tricks. I'll have to come up with new ones. I have minor issues determining what is clickable in various screens. Yeah, we probably can do better that way. Um, I think one of the issues is this UI, particularly in the arsenal, which is our bookshelf arsenal that we're changing soon. Uh, this screen changed so much um, for scaling, and we haven't updated it since. So that's also on the chopping block, is to get rid of all this kind of extra focus things that you have to do, because you're not really saving any work. When these were just hovering, it would show the whole thing. It made sense, but of course, it wasn't really going to be scalable for the future of the game. So this is all going to get folded into just showing this. So you'll kind of look a little bit more like suppose like a diegetic paper doll that you see in a lot of ARPGs, rather than having to do this extra step of like, oh, what's in that slot again? Oh, okay, that's in the slot. You know what I mean? So yes, I agree. We are we got a lot of UI to do in the next few months because we're adding so many different cool progression systems into the game. So hopefully we can hit those issues as well. You got me monologuing about UI. Love it. Steve, can we bring daggers in the primary slot and a little buff? Yeah, maybe we should do a dagger, um, like a primary weapon dagger variant would be cool. Can we possibly have the experience changes from P12 reverted? Revisit how leveling works. The slower pace of leveling plus heavier makes new weapons very annoying. I will I will I will add this on my dreaded list that I've got going here. It's getting quite long, my list. It's like I still have some work to do. Chat pause due to scroll. Oh, sorry. Steve, I have a bug with Warframe and Soulframe. I use two screens. When I AFK, my screen turns off. When I come back, the screen is always on my second screen instead of my main one. Hmm. Hmm. AFK second screen. Yeah, that might be interesting. I assume you're on Windows 11? Yes, I have seen this as well. Arrows floating in the air when you yes, invasive species. Exactly, exactly. Someone knows my fishing plan. Yes, we do have a bug that's getting fixed for if you throw if you shoot an arrow. I think even if you throw a sword on some certain destructibles, it doesn't update and they're just floating in the air. Ah, Sage is talking about Krull. Man, awesome. Yeah, I think that's kind of what we're after is mixing a bit of the alien and fantasy together. Um, only super cheesy movies were ever made with that idea, but I still like that idea a lot. So we're gonna keep pushing on that a little bit. So hopefully some of the future events that we're working on will tickle you with such things. I don't know if the yes. The question is, I see the FAQ that Soulframe Founders Pack will be available later on console. Does that include the upcoming Steam machine? Because for that platform, I don't think so. Because my understanding, and maybe you guys can correct me, but I'm pretty sure the Steam machine, although it looks like a console, is just going to play your Steam library. So I think it will be a PC, but yeah, yeah. So I don't know. It really, it's more, I think, the spirit of it is, um, if you want founders and you can't get it on your platform, and then we add your platform, then you can get it. So if it's restricted or locked off in some way, then yes. If it isn't, then no. That'd be cool. An option to dress up your ancestors? That'd be awesome. Yeah, that'd be cool. Maybe Capitalist Camel needs like what's he got over here? He's actually pretty stylish. He's got like look at all this cool stuff he's got on him. Hey, so rude. Oh, I can't get enough of this guy. But yeah, maybe you could like endlessly entertaining to me, honestly. The sound of a camel. It is pure joy. But yeah, you know, you could color them too, eh? We could expose some of the tint controls that we do. That'd be pretty awesome. Um, oh, and Zenith's cell menu, all rank show 0. Interesting. Yes, I love the camel too. Capitalist camel. I see that UI bug you're talking about there. Um, one of the things I wanted to do was actually, I want to look at this. See this? Um, oh, the music here is so cool too. It is the same tech as Warframe. Yep, same stuff. We share code. So, not bored of you, but I am going to look at my one bug that I wanted to look at. I'm going to look at my one bug I wanted to look at. So I am going to go in and I'm going to do like a little here. And I'm going to fire up the game again. And take a look to see some of the stuff is not reading properly from our localization files. I know, I know. Every time I show my hacked up dev accounts, you guys get at me, eh? Oh, should I show you should I show my password maybe? Maybe not, eh? Let's take a look here. This is even on a local cluster, so it doesn't really matter. Okay, so now en français, so things look good here, but I I think there's something wrong with Zenith or Zenith. Yeah. Yeah, look at that. That's not right. That's not right at all. Okay. So let's take a look here. I've got problems, don't I? Let's take a look here. I'm gonna see. Am I looking in the right place? Yeah. Sorry if I'm gonna go a little. Oh, it isn't localized. What's the problem? Aha. Look at that. So you can see here, you can see here, we've got a problem with our, oh, there's my notes. You can see I'm not lying. Uh, you can see here, one of these things doesn't belong. The word bundles and the word slots, they're not, they're not translated. So, so that's not right, is it? That's a problem. Um, yeah, we're gonna have to figure that out. Yeah, look at that. Interesting. Where did it go? Where did it go? Oh, I see. Yeah. To me, it looks like it's not. It looks like the loc is connected not to the Soulframe, the proper spot in the exports. What was the other? I wanted to check again. I took a screenshot of it. Um, yeah, give me a sec here. I'm gonna go hunting in the files here because here you go. You can say lazy devs because I'm going to take it from our other game. So there you go. And I don't think our translators will mind, at least if I start there, and then they can come in and fix it up after I do this. I have bundles in French paquets. Let me see. Okay. Not packs, because I have in from Warframe, it's just localized as packs, P-A-C-K-S. The wolf pup should hang out with the camel, actually. That would be hilarious. That would be absolutely hilarious. Okay, so let me just see here. I will make a note for our localization team who hauled ass to get Soulframe Preludes 12 localized in time. Um, and you missed a few spots. Huh. Sorry if this isn't very exciting right now. I'm just like doing some copy pasta right now, which is the forte of every programmer ever. Let's take a look here. How does that seem to seem? We had a lot of interesting trouble with Loc. So this looks a little better. And I think, let me see here. Pretty sure I can just, one of the things that I like about the way our tech works is you can change stuff on the fly. It's not super unusual for game engines, but we really try to keep things like that going. So yeah, and I think slots also were a problem. Yeah. So that is, oh, thank you. I am seeing a few more things I want to make a note of about Enclave standing. Yeah. Sort of zoned out. This is exciting to watch a programmer that's not even programming, but just testing a localization bug. Yes, the Preludes Honor stats got a nerf, and they're worse now than the other ones. I agree with that. I agree with that. I think we'll have to take a look at that. I think, yeah. What's my excuse there? I kind of didn't. I kind of didn't check it versus the other ones, and we changed. We changed. We changed how it worked and remade it, and it did not get a proper balance thing. Too strong, too weak, etc. Are you being hypnotized by the eyeball beard? Yeah, I see what you're saying about the optional resets, Preludes Honor. Um, yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about that. I get it. I totally get it. But I think we're going to be adding stuff like that throughout the game where you will kind of have stuff from when we move through phases. So I think your time to shine will come as well as the game continues to evolve and hopefully do even cooler and cooler stuff. Yes, what is the purpose of Orlick? He feels useless right now. Yeah, so one of the tenets that we began the game with that hasn't really manifested and is going to, but hasn't yet, is this idea of knowledge is power, and that part of the game is really being an archaeologist with a sword. So expect big things for Orlick in the future. Um, yeah. Are raids maybe a thing coming to Soulframe? Yeah, I mean we've started to dip our toe into that with the sieges, and we're only going to go up from there. Hi, Steve. It's my birthday today, and here you. Well, happy birthday to you if that's true. Yes, you're grateful for my lightning gun in Unreal, but yes, thank you. That's lovely. I'm gonna actually work for just a second while you guys are just like being bored watching me, and I'm gonna leave a note, which is what am I saying here with my changeless description? Cloned bundles and packs Loc for now. export is not the procedure wrong and not hitting SF language categories. Categories. Look. Should be. Okay. All right. How has the game engine kept up so well for so long? Because we keep we keep bolting more things onto it, I think. I am all yours, but I wanted to I wanted to let our Loc team know about this. Of course, John has beat me to it. He's just noticed it. Well. Here I thought I was going to flex, and someone on the team has already beat me to it. Snooze, you lose, you know? No credit for me, even though it's the easiest thing in the world. um, stand by. You guys get to see how slow my mouth moves when I am working. Orlick was always a bear midriff guy. Do I have Orlick? Because I've just reset. Do I have Orlick? Yeah, I do. He's over here. Yeah, there he goes. Can you see that? He's pretty buff for an old guy. That's some inspiration for me. Just going to make sure my note for that gets tracked. And now you have my full attention again. Please tell me the new event will give us a cardinal skin for our sparrow. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yeah, the resources rolling down the hill is not cool at all. DE did make Darkness 2. Yes, they did. Yes. I did work on it quite a bit. Memories from Darkness 2. Well, I remember working on the Demon Arms. And I remember one night, because of course we were all reading the comics and loving them, and even though Borderlands was kind of hot with the crosshatch cell shaded style, I remember one night hacking it in to the engine and showing it to the art team, because it hadn't started that way. That's just my memory, so I'm sure there's probably an amazing artist on Darkness 2 who will correct me, but I remember sharing that, and it really changed the trajectory of some things in the game. I also remember lots of meetings with very quirky writers on that game as well. It was very fun. Quite a wild thing. Yes, rep gains and items. The yeah, yes, please. I build full civilian ones and still get knocked down all the time. Yes, I see what you're saying here. One of the problems I think we have right now is we repriced and rescaled all the rep gains so they weren't linear. There's a little bit of a curve to them, but the rep you get for playing was supposed to go up dramatically. So even though those numbers look really high, it was supposed to be relative to a big boost in how much you gain. And I don't think that we're in a good spot that way. So I think it'll be pretty easy for us to take a look at that. Do you guys ever consider no daily standing caps just to test it out? I let's just say that the paint is very wet on that system. I think without making any promises, because anything that's in development can your ideas can suck and you have to change them again. But it is not different enough from Warframe. That's one place that I kind of cringe a little bit about how it's too similar. So expect some revisions there for sure. Apologies, Steve here again. You'll be receiving a lot more feedback from us soon as we've identified many bugs and graphical problems in Koga. Yes, well, that's fair. That's fair. I appreciate it actually. That doesn't bother me at all. We have our great QA team and even our great devs bring us bugs and they say, "Oh, sorry, I found this," and I'm always like, "You got it wrong. That's what we want to know. We're glad you found it. Thank you for playing and finding it." I love opossums. They're the ones that do the stress dead, right? They play dead when they get too scared. I think they're so cool. Um, yeah, I think no run. My idea isn't so much to call what Soulframe would do with their enclaves to be better than a Warframe system, but just to have a different feel, I think is really what I'm hoping to change there. But in the short term, the rate of rep gain is too slow right now, and I think that's probably something that we can improve sort of quickly. When adopting similar systems from Warframe, do you often just port the code over as it is or re-implement it from scratch in ways that work best for Soulframe? It's a mix. It's definitely a mix. One of the, it's a tempting shortcut, isn't it? And so because we use the same code base as the starting point, and because there's a whole bunch of stuff on the database side, and the more we deviate there, the more difficult it is for even something as simple as someone working in customer support to help us. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I'm not accusing you of anything. No run, but I think for some of the stuff, I think someone asked an earlier question like, does coolness trump logic? And in some ways, I think it's important that some of the stuff in Soulframe has a unique feel, even if it's riding maybe the underlying systems are sort of similar for the back end, but it is the same back end as well. So yeah, that's the cool part about where we're at now with scaling up, going to founders and then scaling up the team and adding more people to the team. We will get way more aggressive in changing some of those systems. Yeah. Yeah, the Thaw-Tide event is coming. Um, I think I think we posted the image for it, but it's so cute. Just in case you missed it, let me see if I can dig that up. Where is it in my downloads? Um, I think it was Gabe and Rosa working on this. I thought this was so cool. Huh. Let me see here. This guy? Does that work? Oh yeah. Oh, it's over top of my face. Ah, there, I'm back. But yeah, I love um, this little happy thought tide thing. And of course, this is tied to how the event is going to work. So yeah, you'll be able to get one of these too, or both. So yeah, a little cool little Soulframey tradition coming. I always find anytime I ever dare to watch back dev shorts or streams of myself, I'm doing this with my itchy nose because I'm sort of a allergy kind of guy, actually. Soulframe nest building. So you are going to be making feed for them to attract them, the cardinals. So that is how that's going to work. And it's super cool. Penny's been doing a lot of cool work on it. And yeah, it's just going to be like maybe name dropping all of our team members, but yeah, lots of people are working on it, obviously. But a wee little event, kind of like Bit Eve, but this time with Cardinals. It's gonna be awesome. I also want a crow, and Jeff always makes fun of me because he says, "Oh, you're just an edge lord," and I'm like, "Yeah, that's correct. That's correct." Um, love owls, and in fact, I saw a great. Um, do I have? I saw. I had a great horned owl in my backyard a week ago. I couldn't believe it. I just could not believe it. Did I save it? I didn't get a picture of it because as I had my camera doing Merlin, bird ID, and I was like, "What? A rare owl? This is insane!" And then I recorded a voice memo of the sounds it was making, which is sort of like a cat and then a who. And then just as I was going to take a bad night photo, it flew away. Anyway, TLDR, I love owls. Yes, yes. Owls are simple-minded creatures, as far as I understand. Yes, foxes would be amazing. I love the fox stuff in Ghost of Tsushima. Remember that stuff? That was so cool. Will there be daily logging rewards like Warframe has? I don't know. I don't know. Sort of 50-50. I'm not sure yet. I think I would have to think of something that feels a little different. Um, yeah. Arc discounts. Yeah, I think those will be coming in the future. Those uh those things usually come around, don't they? I know they're so silent in flight, which is kind of scary. It's like a few summers ago, I was up in Muskoka area on a hike, and I didn't see it, I didn't identify it. Something just flew by low, and it was large and made no sound. So it must have been an owl, right? I don't know. We got a lot of red tails here in Ontario, but it just was so silent. I don't know if it was a red tail. Yeah, is there going to be more interactivity with the Oma Beast? Yes. I mean, we've set them up so well, and they're so amazing. And then you do the quest, and then poof, it's gone. So we do have a bit of a backlog for ideas for those. But I completely agree. Imagine a pile of 150 animals on the loading screen, and after you click the login, they scatter. It's just a skeleton, right? Yes, that's the thing about nature, right? What I was reading today about people talking about raccoons as pets, and of course they're all lovable and cute uh, when they're little, and then they eventually just they turn into their wild animal self, right? Start biting you randomly. So weapon color customization. That would be cool. Definitely we have to first get the packed arm working with Verminia. I think that'd be amazing. Yes, a loot passive for a raccoon pack would be amazing. Yeah, Zelwood, you're just reading it. Yeah, that was the one I was reading too. Um, which I think is kind of interesting. The more I work on Soulframe, the more um, you read you nature is metal, right? So what is Soulframe nod to um, the way they portray fantasy animals? Obviously, it's just for fun, and we're definitely trying to be a bit more on the Disney side of nature than on the nature is metal side. But so yeah, like stuff like Garen headbutting you or Angal being like super aggressive. Those are ways I hope we keep trying to have a nod to the truth of nature here and there, but mostly it's the Disney version, isn't it? Saw something about how that study wasn't accounting for what speed. Oh, interesting. Okay, which raccoon? Because there was another study I was seeing about how the evolution of raccoons seems to be changing based on urbanization to make raccoons cuter. I don't know. I don't know. Does evolution work that fast? I'm not sure. Yes. Owl, Omen, Beast. Yes. Would love it. Yeah, I mean, I would say the one type of the animal portrayal stuff that gets most cited is the Dom Bluth and Secret of Nim stuff. So definitely we're definitely there with that inspiration as well. And stuff, I mean, Miyazaki stuff. Mononoke is a great example. There's still like a wildness there um, that it makes it very exciting and interesting. Subspecies of raccoons, yeah, maybe. Funny bug. Sometimes a bromance packed webbit root can orbit a banneret. Oh, that's not so great. Sometimes I'll make a note of it. I'm sure that is hilarious, but I'll make a note of that too. It's probably sending the ragdoll, giving it a crazy amount of impulse. Will the Salzbrim will show up in game? Yeah, I think it probably has to, doesn't it? Yeah. Badgers, yes, I like badgers too. Miss the name bannerets. Where's my ranch dip and drywall? Yeah, we did. There was a bunch of work on not a bunch of work, but some fix-ups to the HUD, and I think we lost a little bit of personalization there. I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah, more fairy tale folklore things. Yeah, I think that's in the cards. Um, I think I'm excited about how would I say this? I like I like it when we make up stuff more than when we try to repurpose stuff. But it's cool if you can have a nod to those those things. Definitely have read a lot of those things as inspiration for sure. One of my big ones was the King of Elfland's Daughter, which is a really old Lord Dunsany, which is amazing, and I think is maybe what Tolkien was kind of inspired by. Like I was trying to find the stuff rather than just reading Lord of the Rings, trying to find the stuff that was maybe a generation earlier. So cool. Yeah, I think we probably will have um, something like fishing. And right now, hunting is more like charming, isn't it? You got to find the animal and then charm it. Um, so that's kind of our thing. But the way that the envoy is and how their story is going to unfold, you probably won't see them out there killing a lot of animals anytime soon. That's not really in keeping with the Envoy's own ancestry. Maybe the Casids, yes, that's actually pretty good. Yeah. Yes, yes, absolutely. Yes, the 80s fantasy vibes based on a kid of the 80s is definitely a big thing, a big inspiration. And not necessarily like I'm stuck in the past, but I think even for our younger team members, not hard to be younger than me on my team, but for our younger team members, when they go back and they watch these things, they do kind of get it that there is something. They're not really making them like that. There's sort of an innocence there, and um, seeing the world through a child's eyes rather than an adult's eyes. There's obviously good stuff made now as well, but there is definitely a cool feel to some of that older stuff, like Neverending Story, like Legend, um, and what was the other one you said? Lady Hawk as well, with Rutger Hauer and Michelle Pfeiffer. Love that one. Yes, and then of course Krull. Every game I make has to have some kind of Krull reference because I think, yeah, Willow, yes, Beastmaster, yeah. We joke about Beastmaster. I have rewatched those films a lot in work, to be inspired working on this game. Beastmaster did not hold up as well as I remembered. It was one of my favorites when I was a little kid, but um, Beastmaster, the animals are cool. The rest of the movie is didn't hold up as well as say something like Conan, which obviously it was sort of made greenlit because of Conan's success, I assume. But yes, Beastmaster with the ferrets. Oh my god! And uh, the scene when he gets the ferrets to go and steal the keys, so cool. No, what's this Elm Chanted Forest from the 80s? I gotta look this up. Yeah, I'm gonna add this to my. It's not my bug notes, but I gotta check this out. Yeah, the 80s hairstyles on the prehistoric people of Beastmaster. That's pretty funny. Very, very funny. Yeah, there's a lot of Celtic stuff, for sure. Um, Definitely a lot in lore inspired there. Yeah, also a lot from those areas of the world, um, and the parallel with the Roman invasion and some of the parallels with how the Ode work. Yeah, so there is definitely that stuff. Here's one that I've been seeing kind of coming up a little bit here and there. Oh yeah, those bat guys that hug people and turn them into digested soup. That scene actually still is very gross. And the ring with the eye on it that gets stabbed. Oh, it's still pretty nasty practical effects. Pretty awesome. Uh, yeah, yeah, that's cool. That's cool. I don't know those languages, but we do have a diehard Scot on our not Scott, whose name's Scott, but a very uh, helpful Scottish person on our team. She helps us a lot with some of those references and gives us little Scottish sayings as well. But I wanted to read this one out here because I've been seeing this kind of come up a bit. Um, Plans for changes to pact and weapon leveling. After the changes, feels glacially slow to level up gear. Understandably, endless farm isn't the best thing for players. Um, Trying to raise one envoy rank feels like a chore when leveling weapons takes so long. So I have seen this a bit tonight on my stream here. So I will make sure that we check that again. we'll bring that to our design crew and say, hey, um, so yes, I don't know if there'll be people with wings actually, but never say never, right? Look at how Warframe's grown and changed and what they're doing with it now. It's just there's if it's creative and cool and interesting and feels fresh, um, exploring those possibilities would be amazing. Yeah, I saw this too. Leveling the starling pops from not matching level in my inventory. I have also seen this when I was playing yesterday. I had I res I respawned at a respawn shrine and it said congratulations on rank 0, which is not a rank. So I will make sure we dig into that. Well, good luck on your finals. Someone's got finals. I know a lot of people got finals this week. It's crunch time for the university folks. I hit my daily faction rep cap before I can level up a single weapon all the way when I try to do it in regular gameplay. Yeah. Something sounds wrong to me. And I'm actually thinking that I don't want to speculate too much, but I have a fear that our changes to inventory checkpoints may have messed up um, weapon XP because I don't recall ever seeing anything targeting a big rebalance of the rate of ranking that up, and so it's a little on the stinky side. It has a smell. Is something we say. I don't think Ode Infamy is eating the daily standing cap, but I will make sure that it doesn't. You get the Ode Infamy from doing the sieges. They are supposed to be independent and not eat your cap. Yeah, okay. Yep. Excellent, excellent. Well, it's not excellent that you're seeing that bug right now, but it's excellent that I will go chase that. You know, someone's finishing their MBA. That's awesome. Okay, I see. I see. So maybe Stealth Cobra is a client issue. Dusty Dragon saying, I'm in Undercity and there's holes showing sunlight. In the overworld, there aren't any holes and pits. Is it some sort of alternate dimension? How does this work geometrically? Yes, it's magic. Um, yeah, not ideal, is it? I think there's obviously a lot of creative liberties when we make a procedural dungeon because it can kind of connect and do anything. And if it was correlated with the surface, we wouldn't be able to kind of create variations very quickly. So we do kind of take a bit of creative liberties that way. One of the things I would like that would make it a little less annoying is that at least that the sun shafts would respect the time of day, so that it wouldn't feel so wacky. Yeah, and that's the crystal shafts and the light shafts. We did have that in an early version of the Undercity. We had the mirrors, like um, And there are still puzzles in the game with those mirrors, but we had the ones like in Legend. That's a late in the movie Legend. Some characters set up some reflectors, and that's a spoiler, I guess, but the movie's a billion years old. And that was an early test, but it was not working out very well. One of the Glade Dreams has a missing texture of the void. Oh, yeah, if you don't mind reporting that again, that'd be good. Reheat that. You know what? Okay, so smite kills seem to be the issue, giving only packed XP, making weapons feel annoying slow in this aspect. Yeah, I see. Yep. Yes, I see. Yep. Yeah, okay. So there was, forgive my brain. There was a change, which is you can't level weapons that are on your that are unequipped. So before 12, you could fight with your sword, and your magic gauntlets would also get the a cut of the XP, and so that's no longer the case. But what everyone is describing here doesn't sound like that is the problem. Yeah, I see. Yes, exactly. Yes. Yeah. So the smite kills are um, robbing you of XP because it unequips. Yeah. That sounds pretty easily fixed. Yeah. Yeah. That's going to be it for sure. But it doesn't explain some of the stuff where people feel like they're seeing a disconnect in the inventory. That's very sus. And the other one I'm seeing also is um, the issue seems to be worse when playing in co-op. Yeah, Wilder is Wilder. Okay, definitely. Okay, good. I have I got my Monday scheduled with this. That's fantastic. Yeah. Yeah, we are still considering phasing into matchmaking into sessions versus just the pure invite. We haven't got on that just yet. Yes, yes. I agree about the forest. Sometimes it's a little over dense, which does give you problems with scale for sure. We have been actually working on. Um, I'll regret showing this, but we have been working on this terrorist thing, which might be extremely violent. Um, yeah, I also like the dense forest, but I think sometimes you need a ebb and flow of that stuff. Swimming, we're not. Oh no, I think we might have swimming animations, but we're not working on the system yet. Um, we have been working on. This is like total half baked stuff, but we have been working on changing the shape, the horizontal sloping of Midrath. Um, so that things are more terraced. This is like going to be super buggy, so just keep that in mind. Buggy. Um, so one of the things that we might take a swing at is making world a bit flatter overall, and then having, I mean, these are sort of ugly tests, but to create more areas where you're not constantly sort of fighting on slopes. I'll just kind of go into like super fast ghost mode, kind of show you some of this stuff. Really underbaked to kind of show it, but to create kind of more dimensionality and have less combat encounters, which are on like 30-degree slopes, which really is kind of awkward. No, it's not a flat Earth statement. Yeah, maybe it is, eh? It's a fantasy setting. It could be, what's that series? Discworld, right? What's the main character in that book? Oh man, I love that. I love that first book so much. Yeah, you can see stuff will be flickering and zoning out and stuff like that. Anyway, yeah, these are the things that some of the level designers have been testing, is looking at bringing in a sense of terracing. Don't tell Jeff I showed you this, by the way. He will die. Then I'm showing it all flickery and half done. But there is a bit of a sense of discomfort when you are doing a lot of melee combat on slopes kind of above 10 or 15 degrees. So yeah, that's just kind of one thing we've been looking at. Yeah, more NPCs, absolutely. Yep, absolutely. Oh yeah, okay. So you had that bug, did you? The face texture expanding when I was aiming with the bow. I don't know how to reproduce it. We have had this problem, and I'm very curious. Are you using the the feminine default body or the male default body? Because I have a theory that it's some kind of animation retargeting getting stuck. And I'm just sticking a couple notes here. Yeah, yeah, okay. That seems to be the consistent thing. Yes, yes, yes. Yeah. That seems to be the consistent thing. That's the other thing. When I was showing the map, I wanted to show you guys something else that was going in for the next update. Hey, hey, what are you doing? What? I'm gonna fly, 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 fly. This is an example of looks really pretty, but is kind of awkward to fight on. This whole field here, which I love the look of, you tend to be spending a lot of time, you know, like on this. Yeah. Yeah, there is a compass. There is a compass toggle. Um, Oh no, my high school French is failing me. Oh, I'm doomed. I'm doomed. River, it's at the bottom of accessibility. Let me just switch back before my grade 10 French teacher comes back to life and haunts me. Yeah, they're not too bad to fight on. It's true. It just creates a bit of, yeah, creates a bit of discomfort. Yes, I think that Bromius ability is fixed, but I will check. Yeah, we don't, we don't, yes, we are being judged. Thank you. Yeah, the spine shifts, and of course the IK will put the feet in the right place. But generally speaking, it's not any great slopes are not going to be awesome to play on, right? Because the amount of permutations you need in the animation system to kind of do it custom would be pretty crazy. Is that the bottom of accessibility? Yeah, yeah. Yep. Yay! Here we go. Skyrim. Hey. Ooh, got some scrap steel. Oh no. Made them mad at me. Made them mad at me. Ah! Where'd you come from? Yeah, so then you get this. Yeah, we've got spherical collision on those, which makes it kind of frustrating. I know someone in the chat was asking about loot magnet, but I think we're going to probably try to make those more sticky when they land on slopes. All related to slopes. Got too many slopes in the game. Oh, that's what I want to show you. This new stuff. Right up here on the hill. I'm going to make you nauseous and make you fly. Oh, there we go. Little bird traps. Oh, yeah, there, a little bizzle cam. Oops. Sorry. This stuff here, I think it's going to be really cool. So yeah, you can see we have some new gameplay coming in for these giant things. Got some floating chains right now. But these big machines are going to be going in. Super cool. And you'll be able to go inside and sabotage these things, which would be cool. Yeah. That's pretty cool. Is it common for you and other members of the team to make smaller game projects, prototypes? I'm related to Warframe Soulframe. Please save explain various mechanics and such, either through D or in your free time. Is it common? I don't think it is. I think, but it is very common to do them within Warframe and Soulframe to do little prototypes and and then we try to polish them up and ship them because our games grow fast, and we're always trying to update and do cool stuff and keep people interested. So most of those prototypes happen inside the game. So yeah. I don't know if mounts are going to come in the next update, but I know we keep showing the mounts, and we need to bring them in. But I'm not going to. I can't promise exactly when. I think the main things I'm excited about, obviously, aside from addressing my giant list here that I got from everyone today, um, aside from bug fixes, we have um, the Thawtide event that's going to be coming. We're going to be reworking how this sort of RPG light virtue system works in a very soon update. I'm not sure if it's going to be this month. I hope it is, but I don't think so. And then we're going to be pushing into other stuff I shouldn't talk about yet because the paint's still very wet on those things. But some people were asking like, "What's Orlick for? He's kind of useless," and it's going to be stuff like that, as well as bringing together a lot more kind of living world events and working on the kind of more of the kind of progression systems of the game. Right now, it's kind of get into an enclave and do that and get all the gear. But there's a larger evil plan of the Ode that is unfolding, maybe related to these things. That's going to be kind of forming more of a long-term progression. Will you be adding faction tales to Koga? That would be cool. I have seen that. I have seen that come up a few times. There is not a way to turn off. I, there is not a way to turn off the aiming, but you can aim, and then your shots go exactly where you want. Um, but not for the melee combat. It uses something kind of close to how ghosts work. We do have notes on it. We do have in our feedback tracking. There are a few things that we are still working on with it. We are yes, bringing in more MMO systems. Exactly. Exactly. World events and long-term progression. Orlick is going to get a purpose, and it's going to be super cool, I hope. And changing a bit of how the Nightfold ancestors work, so that you also have some interesting goals related to them as well. Yeah, you will be seeing more stats on the packed abilities and that sort of stuff. There won't be, it's not going to be right away, but it's going to be, I think, early next year. But one of the things that we're not happy with right now is how that stuff is scaling. So that's undergoing a big revision internally right now. And I would have been working on that tonight, but I wanted to kind of check in with everyone because I hadn't come on a stream for a while. You can still warp the tree limbs by throwing them. Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can. Some of the values are a little wacky, but yeah, you should be able to do this. But if it goes too much or if it gets stuck, the stuck was supposed to be fixed on Friday. Yeah, I don't think it would be like a Guild Wars 2 thing where there's tons and tons and tons of on-screen envoys. But obviously, I love stuff where the whole envoy community would be working together. But also having um, changes in the world and objectives in the world that aren't just uh, that are kind of more like a recurring like event or something like that. I'm kind of dancing around describing it because it's still just kind of on paper and hasn't had enough implementation work on it yet for me to really try to hype you up about it. But that's a huge, huge part of my urgent goal right now. Oh yeah, yeah, that's cool. Good. That's yeah, but definitely stuff of that vein um, is a big push on the meta side for the near future. Yep, more ways to play, more missions types, and kind of more. I think I think more feeling of like a begin and end to a play session, and also more feeling of what concretely is my envoy doing here on the island rather than just terrorizing the ode and rescuing animals. There's a larger sort of recurrent arc that is supposed to be happening. Well, that was a bad pun. The stream is to make up for all the times it gets cut off by Reb. Maybe. I actually feel like I'm worse at cutting people off. She's actually better than that. Games, programs you're working on. Keep up the good work. Yes, we will. We will try. Thank you. Thank you for noticing. It's just adding bugs. Yes. Oh, wow, here's some bugs. Here's some dragonflies. That's so cool. Yeah. Uh, yes, of course. Yes, there'll be new locations as well. Yes, bring daggers to the primary slot. Yes. Yep. I will copy your comment verbatim and I'll send it to our weapon designer to say you could own someone's soul if you put daggers in that slot. Yeah, we are the dust thing. I think in the future we'll have some kind of synthesized thing. Um, but I do have on my list one seems to be not working at all. For the duck one of the duck ones isn't working. Wild idea. What if we could just carry any two weapons? Yeah, maybe. The without being able to lecture about it, um, sometimes those constraints, like slot constraints, tend to give you interesting design control or create interesting synergies. But so far I've resisted that. But we have two now. I mean, there was one only for a while, so I don't know. We'll get there. I'll be worn down eventually. Yeah, what do you do with old fragments? We have something coming for that, which will um, be a change to how the joineries work, and it will give you something to use those old fragments with. Yeah, how do I feel about the stagger system? So we did recently up dramatically um, stagger against enemies, so we don't feel like it's in a great spot just yet. Um, but so it is being looked at. So answer is how do we feel about it? We feel like it needs to change. Is there any plans to add Ode ship dungeons? Of course, of course. Are there going to be things like a desert or winter island? Yes, more biomes is absolutely in the cards. The first thing I think that we'll be doing in the short term is bringing more weather to the existing island. I have not got my rainy prototype working just yet. Obviously, the weather changes when the Nimrod in Verminia's fable, but to have it on a more cycling system is absolutely what we need to do. Snowball fights would be cool. Yes, if we could have had it, if we could have had it for Thaw Tide, we would have. But I think because we're getting pretty close to the holidays of our team, I think we're just doing the cardinal stuff. Tortoises, of course, of course. Yeah, I think that'd be cool. Free instrument playing instead of just like a fixed emote. Completely agree. Yes, yes, definitely noted about the tracking of the player stagger. Stick weapon would be fun, like a wooden sword. Um, I would love that too. I did see the sponsored segment at the Streamer Awards, of course, of course. That's why I'm on here. I wanna get nominated next year. No, no, I don't. I do not have the endurance for streaming. It seems like a very exhausting thing to do. A sling would be cool for sure. Yes, water-based pack, of course. Get some Last Airbender up in there would be amazing. Yeah, you can play Regatta in hubs actually against other people. But yeah, it would be cool to be able to crack it out just while you're in your party as well. I agree, but you can invite people to play in one of the enclaves. Yeah, just challenge your friends. That would be cool. Dolphin pack. That'd be funny. More verticality and traversal. Yeah, we do have. I know the team's made mantling animations and that sort of thing. So, so I think that's definitely in the works as well. So I'm sort of making lots of random promises, but yes, that has definitely been talked about and animated. Can we get visual counters for the active pack abilities? Yes, that would be nice, wouldn't it? Um, Probably the biggest thing I think we'll be doing in the kind of short term is the Virtue rework, the Thaw Tide event, and trying to track down some of this reputation and XP grindiness. Um, Gambling with fake useless money when? Yeah. I was playing Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 with that dice game right off the start. Oh man, I probably played that for an hour before I even started like playing the actual rest of the game. Virtue rework sounds good, but I hope we can still mix and match all weapons and sidearms. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it plays out. Obviously, that is not something we want to put a clamp on. Yep. Yeah, I know. I know. Question for Steve. Someone in chat was asking about landmarks on the map. I've seen the map and it looks barren. When might we get markers? Uh, well, my map looks super barren right now. Um, but you can see stuff when you discover it. Um, and of course, the uh, the real geometry is there. But I have seen people asking for pins as well, and I know that is on the UI backlog for sure. Hi, Steve. More music stuff. Feel like I'm playing Zelda in a good way. Yes, yes, agreed. Wind Waker blew my mind way back in the day. and I have replayed it so many times. Um, they did a reissue, right? It came out on, was it the Wii U or the Wii? And then they did a reissue. Um, oh, I see. That's an interesting idea. Names for natural landmarks, right? Yes, I see what you're saying. Fast travel between world trees and webbed seeds as a limited option. That's interesting. Sort of making it more flexible without totally making it crazy flexible. It's kind of cool. Wii U. Okay, it was Wii U. All right. Very good. Very good. Yeah, that game just annihilated my mind. Couldn't believe that game. That's the one I think where once you get the right song, you go under the ocean and everyone's all like frozen in time. Like, oh man, I just couldn't believe it. Such joy playing that one. But obviously, I have guitar as a hobby, and so the music in the game is such an important part of it, and also creates such an amazing amount of emotional connection. So I love that. Spoilers! Oh, come on, the game is really old. It would be cool to go to Eridus. Yes, it would be cool. I don't know if that's it. That's wouldn't be on the roadmap just yet. Obviously, going into more biomes and seeing more than just the island of Midrath would be first. Yeah, I think we did fix the sparrow going through the wall, but it hasn't gone out in hotfix yet. But yes, that is goofy. But there is a big change to the walls that we haven't rolled out yet that we will be in a week or two, which is the walls are getting a lot more entrances, and so you'll have a lot more options to avoid them. Let me see, where's Curlell? Oh, I really should unlock my map trees on my little test account here. But I think there's one. Here's one here by Curlell. Just to show you an example of what we haven't quite put out to you guys yet. You see my test with the moon. Oh yeah. Right. Anyway, you can tell, but make this was a great path that went to nowhere, which is sort of goofy that it slipped out. But anyway, so that'll be fixed on the next update. Places that look like they should have. Oh, excuse me. All right. Yeah. Okay. I gotta get out of here. Oh, 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 oh. Okay. All right. Settle down. Why am I even up there? The other thing I wanted to show you guys was, have you seen this yet? The zip lines? Have you guys gone up? Has you guys gone up in here? You guys gone up here? This stuff? Does this work? There we go. Sorry. Ignore me. Ignore me. Yeah, so there's Warframe style zip lines in there, but not quite the same. You're actually not running on the top of them. So yeah, you got some zip lines in some of the siege areas, and new music actually as well, which is gonna be cool. Yeah. Yeah, so there's a lot of cool stuff. Oh yeah, and you can see like the cool little notification of stuff in there, which I don't know, excites me as well. Yes, new music. Do we plan to improve the lock-on combat? Yes, we have a few things that we're going over with that. But we're still trying to stick to our guns to avoid the manual management of lock-on. Um, the system that we're trying to do is we're trying to get that feel a little more of a Diablo or a Ghost of Tsushima style lock-on, soft locking stuff. But we definitely get our share of well-deserved criticism about the problems it has currently, and we're still working on it. Yes, that is the biggest one, which is the silliest thing right now, is that the destructible priority is higher or sometimes breaking ties with enemies, which is getting fixed. So, yep, we are, we know about that, and that is embarrassing, but we are fixing that in the short term. Do you feel the rep grind is just right or too slow? It is too slow. It is too slow. We changed a whole bunch of the Enclave offerings, and we scaled up the rewards that you get based on tail tiers, like the number of stars they have, and we changed how the rep ranks were just kind of placeholder linear, but it was supposed to go with a big boost in how much you got for doing the faction stuff. So we're not quite there yet. A lot of that stuff raised pretty sharply, and the rewards are supposed to raise kind of also sharply, but the rewards are not quite high enough. Is there a way to cancel casting to avoid an attack? I can't see manage roll attacks. Really? Interesting. Interesting. Yeah. Yeah, you can't cancel. Yeah. Yeah, that's interesting. We do have canceling rules that we could look at. Let me try a heavy one. No, I can cancel that one. Yeah, the canceling rules have been an interesting challenge. Block inputs on the greatsword are a touch slow. Yeah, I have heard this as well. I think we were looking at that. Yeah. Onto my note pile. Onto my note pile. Yeah, we do have in our community notes here about parrying as well. Oh, oh no. I'm just looking at our feedback doc and I see that Sam is watching. And he's taking notes for me. Thanks, Sam. I didn't mean to put you to work on a Sunday. Sorry. I've been taking notes too, so you don't feel obligated. Um, so sluggish pairing is one I see, and there we even have some footage of that stuff. So that is absolutely on the radar. But thanks for bringing it up again. Oh, someone ruined their snowfall. Oh man. Yes, we do love Sam. Yes. What about adding a passive fact action just for completing random activity? Yes, absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. That is that has that is in the works. That would be good. Matchmaking implementation making a more MMO vibe in the plans. Yeah, so um, it has been for a while. The the way I was sort of thinking about it, however, sounds like I'm just stealing again from the Brilliant Souls games. But what I was hoping for was when you were near places that were strong in Fey magic, that you would see the souls of other envoys. So if you're kind of away over here and being a fool, you wouldn't. But then when you got near places like the Resurrection Shrines, or there's also these cool face stones kind of scattered throughout the world, that you would see other people, um, you know, in your soul mode, you would see other players. So that hasn't been done yet, but it is still in the plans to make that feel more seamless. We get this kind of feedback a lot, also from our own the players within our team who play our own game, of course, saying, "I want to see more people." But yeah, it's like the Shades and Souls exactly. So yeah, we aren't the fidelity and the kind of speed. Obviously, we're not going for necessarily like a Final Fantasy Realm Reborn style, where we have just tons and tons and tons of players involved. We're keeping the kind of party size very small, but I think it'd be really cool to have much more organic life um, from other players, not just in the enclaves. No, there isn't a blood pool similar to Dark Souls. No, but you can leave angry Twitter-like messages on our map trees. So I can run over to one. Yeah, so we do have the siege stuff that is uh, kind of the beginnings of how a raid might work in Soulframe. So that is definitely something that's on our mind. I don't know if the packs will get a fourth ability. If it's anything like Warframe, eventually the game will grow into some kind of unpredictable, wacky direction, and we'll need a fourth slot for something. Um, One of the things I wanted to do with this game was to try to make it a little simpler than Warframe was off the hop, because uh, yeah, just to try to keep things a little bit simpler. Yes, the idols were, and so now that you kind of have that with the runes, but it's on a time on the soul in the soul stealing. Uh, but yeah, I wanted to try to make it more RPG than Warframe, but not hardcore RPG like Fallout. Um, so that's why there's only 3 stats instead of like 7 or 9, like you might get in other ones. And that's why the team sizes are smaller. That's why the ability counts one hole less, that sort of thing. So we're probably going to see some.
Where next she roved,
Ooh,
did sprout a grove to clothe her fame in dew.
ooh, ooh, the Empress speaks. Ooh, here's all my this is on the dev version of this, so you can see um, these are my test messages from when I implemented this. So anyway, Jennifer English doing a Welsh voice to be ironic. Uh, yeah, I think despite her last name, she might be Welsh actually. Yeah, yeah, that's right. Yes, yeah, you saw the Grenier name. Yeah, you can't hear those lines. Oh, wait. Let me see. Yeah, we gotta hook it up here. You will be able to hear these lines. It's supposed to be hooked up here. Oh, oh. Ah, missed them. Um, yeah, we will hook it up here so you will be able to hear it. Of course, there's more person. Yes, yeah. Yeah, so you can collect these. Um, and because we just added Jennifer to the game as the Empress, we should hook her reading these in here so that you can get them even if you already got the trees. So there you go. Mode system and build improvement system when? Yeah, so we are the next move on that is um, kind of a 1.5 on how the virtue stuff works. So that's the thing that will be coming first. A moat smudge as a bird skin. That'd be pretty funny. As a Welsh person, I love her accent in the role. Cool. Oh, good. I don't want to say I'm misremembering, but I didn't, I didn't go to her recording session, and then, I don't know if this is an interesting story or a boring story, but I didn't go to the recording session, but I was watching, Jeff and Sydney and George chatting about how the session was going because they were remoted into the session, like a Google Meet, right, with the voice director, um, and they were saying, "Oh my God, it's so good! It's so good! She's killing it! It's so good!" And I asked Jeff, I say, "Oh, can I, can I go into the session? Like, what is it? Is it hosted on Google Meet?" And he's like, "Yeah, go on Google Meet." I said, "Well, I don't want to interrupt or draw attention." He said, "Well, just turn your camera off and you can just join and no one will be the wiser." And then I joined and Jennifer just stopped dead in her track. "Who is Steve Sinclair?" Because it popped up and it was annoying and it was an absolute disaster because I didn't want to interrupt and I did. Wasn't there another NPC you used to have in the tent Nightfold? Yes, you're thinking of old Jotar sitting by the campfire. Yeah, so Jotar is now in his rightful place as the very sad spirit in the Kith of Kings. So that is where Jotar is now. If you sign up with the Kith of Kings Enclave, you will see him there. And it's a giant version of him with a tasteful undergarment for his kilt. Why did the Preludes honors get nerfed? Is there a plan to wear 3,000 like we had 3 pack notes before? Right, well, yeah. So some of the other talismans went out a little more powerful, and then uh, the Preludes honors was way too powerful and then got way too nerfed. I do have it on my notes from today's stream that I will take a look at that. Yeah. So you can use Webbit seeds to bounce back to the enclaves. Yes, I have played Dragon's Dogma and the second one as well. And the first one is a very big inspiration for me for Soulframe actually. Um, Big Dragon's Dogma fan for sure. But yeah, if you do the Wastebearer Fable, you will get a sapling that will grow Webbit seeds that allow you to teleport to any world tree or to your enclave. One of the things that we are boosting is how fast those seeds grow because they grow too slow right now. Yeah, the first Dragon's Dogma, wow. Yeah, it's so good. It's so good. There's something so cool about that, the structure of that game. It was very rough around the edges, but it was just full of juice, full of creative juice. Yeah, I mean, that was the enemy climbing. It's pretty funny. It's pretty funny, but it was very cool. Um, but yeah, it was really awesome. Really awesome game. Yep. Yeah, you like the moats from the fire pit? Yeah, they'll make a return. They'll make a return. We kind of moved Jotar into being one of the Enclave representatives, so he lost his little buddies. Yes, an enemy walking into handrail of bridge probably is a navigation mesh bug, but we will work. We will work on that. Yeah, there is a lot of it's a lot of real animals in Soulframe, and I think we're probably going to stick with that. But we do have designs um, for other Stranger Things as well. Whoa, whoa! It sounds like a sponsored stream. Stranger Things, Stranger Creatures. But I think for me, there's just so many cool, interesting things about the animals that exist in the world or existed in the world that we're definitely excited to explore those kind of at least in a greater ratio than just um, fantasy creatures. But we'll have those as well. I mean, Avocat's a great example of one, right? um, yes, the old Jotar and the Undercities definitely needs to be updated based on how the rune system has turned out for sure. While you're dragging your feet. So I'm hearing Dodo packed. That's funny. If you don't want to change the speed of seed growth, you can just change how many seeds you get from it. Yes, so they are going to give you more and grow a bit faster. So we're going to boost both of those aspects. Yep. Moat system and build improvements win. Yeah. Okay. Well, we're going to do the virtue stuff first for that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Unicorns would be awesome. Dragons would be awesome. I think these are things that are kind of things that we'll have to put our own little soul frame twist on when we bring them in. But obviously, that's part of the fun of being in the fantasy context to get in there. But again, I also just love seeing um, the mythical style of animals that we have in our world. Yes, yes, the 20, yep, yep, 20 hour versus 24. Completely agree. We're also going to speed up the Koga, or sorry, not the Koga, but the Agari enemy respawn timers are gonna get sped up radically as well. And those will be things that'll kind of roll out the week after Old Peace comes out, so in a couple weeks. Yeah, there's no there's no horses yet, but I am a big fan. Shadowfax. Will swimming turn us into mermaids? I don't know. I don't know. The animations I saw looked like they had legs, not flippers, so I don't think so. Are you going to mark the Agari dungeon entrance during Koga? Yes, we should. We absolutely should. Yeah, we absolutely should. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be owed for the foreseeable future. But obviously, we are dipping into other factions like the Mendicant faction, which is, I suppose, is kind of our the closest thing to a ring wraith, maybe. But the I think the most um, important thing faction wise is to establish what the wizard, yeah, the mendicant king and the mendicant wizard. uh, the most important thing I think is the walls are kind of part of it, and we are that isn't quite working perfectly yet, but adding the what the Ode are doing here and creating a longer progression system over that. Doesn't sound really exciting or lore when I say system, but it will be cool. So we are going to continue to make the Ode more interesting and more scary and betterer. A penguin pack. Well, I guess when we do our winter biome, we'll probably have to dip into a little penguin. I saw some pretty cool art for the upcoming animals, but I better not give it away. Mermaid pact. The shoulder bird doesn't poop on you. You know, it probably should. For me, that was almost one of the most distressing things about the Hobbit movies. Was oh, I'm so bad with remembering character names. Who's Gandalf's buddy that was all just covered in bird poop the whole time? Radagast. Thank you. Yeah. Oh my God. Every time Radagast was on screen, I was like, oh, so nasty. I couldn't believe how vivid they made him. Yeah, exactly. Shadowgast. Yes, exactly, exactly. Natural armor. Oh my God. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, we can add a rabbit pact and use the super jump again. Are there plans to improve magic combat to include spells and some stuff aside from pacts and basic attacks? Hmm, that's an interesting question. Um, how do I answer that? I think right now, uh, the most the stuff that's on the docket right now for combat is mostly meta stuff. We got targeting issues, we've got the rep grind, we've got it looks like we have some XP, the slowness of the XP, uh, and then we have the longer term thing, which is the combat arts, which will make the skill trees more interesting and give them more control for build crafting. Because right now it's sort of you just sort of fill it out in kind of a linear nature, and that's not very interesting for long term. So yeah, that's my answer. I think we're trying to make the thing to keep in mind, which I have mentioned, is on the surface. My hope is a different game from Warframe in terms of its pace and kind of not dumbed down, but sort of simpler on the surface, which I think kind of feels thematically correct when it's sort of a medieval fantasy setting. So that's why it is the way it is right now. But I'm always open to suggestions and ideas for sure. Yeah, the hitboxes on the slug corpses are a little unforgiving, aren't they? And we do have that in the note, but notes from before. But I will, as they say in the corporate world, I will reheat the conversation. And you really got to hit their little soft underbelly, and it's pretty hard to target that right now. Would be nice to have some snow. Yes. Um, the mythologies of Soulframe. Yeah, it's a there's definitely obviously heavy Celtic stuff going on for sure. Um, we sort of think of the Dendrit, I think, probably as being a mix mash of that, and I really loved the King of Elfland's Daughter, which had a bit of that in it as well. But I think we're going to explore a lot of different cultures. There's a lot of my hope would be that um, knock on wood that um, the game grows and flourishes and has um, areas to go where someone from anywhere in the world today might see some kind of cool reflection of their own medieval culture that or history that's part of where they're from, rather than just having it kind of be the one thing. Yeah, the lore notes. That's very Viking coded, isn't it? Yeah. Are there other games that inspire the development of this game? Yeah. It's funny. I think we have soul in the in the name, so it's easy to say it's a Souls game, but it really isn't. But obviously, we love those games. But I think even in chat tonight, someone saw one of my primary pitches to our leads way back when we were thinking about this game was Dragon's Dogma, the first one. So that would be one I think that not everyone would have known. Um, exactly. But yeah, I'm glad that you like the Wild Armors. Sorry it took us so long to do that, but I'm glad that it's in a better place now. We didn't we didn't we didn't love where we ended up with that, and then I was very happy with the iteration. Yeah, the long range grass rendering sucks. I know. I know. It kind of has this kind of blend in, right? It is on my list of things to do. But I've made a rule for myself, which is let our more talented graphics programmers do all this stuff rather than me just churning on it, because I'll just churn on it forever and really try to um, help with the design stuff and the progression systems, because I want to make a lot more progress there quickly over the next few months. So yeah, I mean it does run well. That's a good thing of having your grass draw distance carefully constrained. But yeah, and in fact, just tonight, one of our programmers pulled in another set of Warframe optimizations for low end. So if you do have a really low end PC, um, Soulframe will run a little faster on it this month. So yeah, yeah, I'm very grateful for that person to integrate that stuff over. Oh, thank you. That's awesome. Definitely very grateful for those that are jumping in and buying founders and voting with their dollars, their hard-earned bucks, for us to keep pushing on this game, and we're gonna grow the team. We're gonna go fast and wild with a Y on building in the new systems and that sort of thing. Oh, someone got a gaming computer. Hey, nice, excellent. Did you get a laptop or a desktop, a gaming laptop or a gaming desktop? Will we be doing betas? Um, oh, impressive performance on iOS. Yes, that was a trick. That was tricky to get that working. But I'm glad you like it. Thoughts on enemy armor values or even the current enemy armor mechanics? I think the first thing, uh, I think the main thing that we need to look at is how stability stagger is working, and so that's kind of the first thing I want to change. One of the one of the interesting things I think we run into, we want to go fast and change a lot, but sometimes if you change too many things at once, you don't know what was successful and what was just a coincidence with the rest of the things. So that's that would be the first thing I would say when I'm thinking about what's going on with the enemies. Feels like, uh, and I'm pretty sure we've done this on the dev build. The stagger has increased dramatically for melee, and taking a look at making the player stability a bit higher. Steve, what's the best advice you have for someone who wants to be a game dev? Man, yeah. Yeah, I think the best for me, what worked was making having a portfolio. So I made little bad game engines and bad games, but I made them and I put them on my little portfolio, and that allowed me to get hired for this job. Yeah, there's a lot of force staggers and knockdowns. Yes, there is, and I think a lot of those have been fixed. There's a few totems that are forced knockdowns and are not using the stability system at all. And I think those have been fixed and will be going out in the next few weeks. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We'll look at the daggers for primary. We'll see. We'll see. I believe it. I believe it. Yeah, yeah. That's me. Has there been any talks on how long you're going to support last gen consoles like PS4, etc.? There has been a bit of talk about that, um, but anything I would say about that is you will know well in advance if we decide to phase any of that stuff out and when. Um, but I don't think it's going to be. I don't think it's going to be anytime soon. Yeah, I agree with that. With this to dump stability right now. Yes, if there, yes, if something scales on it. So yes, agreed. Um, Someone's got a nice joke here. Did you know that before they mentioned the crowbar, crows would just drink at home? All right. Badoom-tis. Yep. I love Mada. Yeah, she's a little crazy grump, right? Very grumpy. Very grumpy Mada. Give us iron boots. You want to kick? You want to kick your way? That would be cool. Just play the whole game as kicking. That'd be fun. We'll be able to save the deer from the collector? Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. There will be a few lock-on improvements for December. In particular, the priority of destructibles coming in and stealing priority from an enemy. I don't know if Warframe can run on Apple Vision. That's interesting. Is there a in-game currency like plat? Yes. Yes, sadly there is. Do I have any? I don't think I have any. I don't have any. But yes, we have our free-to-play capitalist camel here with arcs. That's how that works. Eh, So yes, we do have that. Yeah, cursor location. Yeah, so it does prioritize that stuff, but it is not prioritizing it properly, is it? But we are going to do that. Curiosity, how do you feel about players being able to access the top left island tree? Do you expect people to find a way out of bounds there? I did not expect that. You're talking about the the emote exploit, right? The emote. Yeah, we did not expect that, and that was odd. Anything interesting with the system coming to replace the current combat arts trees? I'm personally hoping the kick button gets multiple functions contextually. Yeah, so the trees are going to be getting thrown out and replaced with a martial arts manual that you make yourself. Um, I think the closest thing would be mods, but that affect your um, the way your attacks work and stuff like that. So that's what we're gonna do because the skill tree, I made the same mistake in Warframe and I did it again in Soulframe. I made a fixed length upgrade path that you can just max out and then nothing happens and it goes stagnant immediately. So yeah, that is what's going to happen with that. It will be cool. Yes, it will be cool. I'm not trying to undersell it, but it is. The idea is, yeah, just from martial arts movies and that sort of thing. You know, the hidden scrolls and that sort of stuff. And also, if you look at Germanic or even French sword fighting manuals from 15th, 16th century, they're so cool, and it's basically, you know, what kind of moves you have to use with the type of weapons. So that's kind of the general inspiration. Why is it not in yet? It is it is a little art heavy, so that is why it's taking a little bit of extra time. Yeah, there you go. Marth Mega remembers. It was basically Dead Space, wasn't it? Could you tell I was playing Dead Space at the time and just lifted it wholesale? We're not gonna have a skill tree path like Path of Exile. No. What was I playing that had that? Oh, I was playing something super cool recently that had that same thing. Uh, Slormancer? Is this the game? You guys know this one? Is it Slormancer? Um, I gotta check my Steam library. I don't remember what the heck of that name of that one was. I love that game. What was it? Anyway, they had the same yeah, the Slormancer. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Love that game. It has that same crazy awesome skill tree, PoE skill tree. So yeah, so I'm trying not to just do that because like the whole vibe. My hope was to do even this is too complicated, uh, but the whole vibe is to kind of be a simpler type of RPG. Um, I did see a question: Is are we trying to make it more MMO? Yes, 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 we are. Um, it's still not an MMO in that um, it's not a it's not like a timing or a cooldown type system. It's all sort of real time, um, sort of more stuff happening on screen and more twitchy than most MMOs, but definitely want to add more social stuff and give you opportunities to mix with more envoys in the overworld, not just in the enclaves. But yeah, that is our eventual goal. What is your favorite UT map? Is there an answer other than facing worlds? I don't think there's an answer other than that, is there? You could play Soulframe PSD. Maybe, maybe. I don't know if uh if Destiny does it. Yeah, I again Coco Rin, I think it's not still build crafting is super important and very much a goal. And in some ways I think um yeah, it's not to take that away. It's just to start in a sort of a chilled out RPG way. So instead of having 6 or 9 or 12 stats, there's three, and trying to go from there. Um, Lovely RPG with MMO tint. Yeah, exactly. Yes, agreed. Will there be AI teammates, or is it focus on co-op? That's a good question. Uh, I usually say never, but I think that would be cool. I think it'd be cool. Not yet. Not on the roadmap just yet. Um, the stagger timings are not different on death. The stagger amount is higher. But the recovery time may have been tweaked as well. But I will check. I will check when the crew's back tomorrow. Tomorrow morning, I'll check. Will there ever be armor modding, enhancing, reforging, or some other similar system? Yeah. So we have the joinery stuff. So I think there's probably an idea to bring that. You're talking about kind of having your favorite kind of gear, and then you want to kind of gem slot it up. I love that kind of stuff when you get a build you like, and then you want to go deeper on it. Yeah, I mean, companions would be amazing. Summoning Garen in to headbutt everyone. I think that's obviously a big thing. Yeah. Console, I don't know when it is, and because um, we don't have any kind of deals in place. Obviously, we have great relationships with the console um, people because we have Warframe on all those consoles. So I don't think it's going to be a painful or difficult decision, but I can't say when just yet because we haven't really had those conversations. We're really focused right now on going fast and growing out the systems of the game, blah, blah, blah. So it's kind of it's kind of going to be PC for a while. Um, but I think probably next year we'll share our plans for when the console stuff is going to light up. And it's next year soon, so there you go. Do you guys track which wolf is the most least commonly chosen one so far? Yes, I think we do. Maybe I'll dig that up and we'll share that at some point. Um, yep. There'll be more moves or attacks for us. Right now, it feels like the Ode have more variety, like slapping, throwing grenades, and having cool charge shots in the bow. Would be sad if all bows just had arrow rain only. Yeah, it would be nice to have uh, to have that. Definitely. I think we're just getting started with that diversity, and I think that's one of the reasons why I think it'd be cool when we change from the fixed skill tree, which kind of has a, a capped end, when we change to the kind of fighting arts, martial arts type manuals, that would be a way for us to say for bows, you have this new fighting technique, and um, it would change your charge shot from the rain to something else. Yes, exactly. Yes, yeah. That's the idea with going into that kind of system. Do you think Soulframe will be ported to the original Switch? I don't think so. I don't think so. Um, it it runs very well, and obviously we use the same code as Warframe, but this is the biggest, most dense map between the two games that we have. Um, Switch 2 would be amazing though, and I think it would probably run really well there. It runs pretty good on even on a Steam Deck. I know some of our team members, every time we do a release, they do they they pop it onto their Steam Deck and check. Yes, the bow hand-to-hand combat is missed by many. So I think again that would be a cool thing. The reason we took that out was I think we were going too hard on that when we already had melee weapons. But I do like having that, having some potential moves going into there, so that you could get some of that back. Yes, the Duelian has that one. Yes. So we'd have to again we'd have to figure that out. We'd have to figure out why, where the commonality is between them. Do you override that? Do you keep that? Um, it would not be a bloodless transition for sure. There is a blade on it. Yes. Oh, people are. When does my map not get so foggy? Oh yeah, you gotta go. You gotta go to the map trees. You gotta go pull the spear out of these guys here. There should be one. There'll be one in every little sort of foggy zone here. So yeah, you gotta you gotta do that, or it's gonna be annoyingly fog. Yeah, the fog looks great. I know. I'm very happy with how this all turned out. Was I worked on it a bit, but not. But I can't claim credit. But certainly was important for that kind of misty, mythical isles. You can, yeah, I guess you can. If you really look hard, you can kind of see through it a little bit, but it is it is not easy. Oh, someone's playing through Proton. Yeah, yeah. So like that's obviously what Steam Deck is using. Any thoughts on the Steam machine? Will it be good enough to run upcoming games? Maybe our current worse. Hmm. I don't know what the Steam machine's specs are actually. I haven't. Did they announce? I think they announced specs, but not price. Uh-huh. Oh, there's the specs there, right? RDNA 3, 2.5 gigahertz sustained clock. Hmm, hmm. But they didn't announce price yet, though, did they? Oh, it can run Cyberpunk 4K 60. I wonder how much upscaling with 60. I see. Yeah, it's if they get the. I don't know if the price has been announced, but I don't know. It's hard to bet on against Valve, isn't it? Oh my God, yeah. I mean, if it's $700, it's gonna be quite a good machine for that price. As long as RAM prices don't continue to skyrocket. I bet you that's making a lot of people sweat right now. Trying to make yeah, exactly. Yeah, RAM shortage. Exactly. Yeah, everyone's buying the RAM for AI. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Guild Wars 2. Yeah, I've seen Guild Wars 2 come up quite a lot in chat, and it's been a while since I played Guild Wars 2. It seems like I need to dip back in there and see what they got going on with their multiple clans and stuff. That sounds cool. Rumored to be a little weaker than base PS5. Hmm. That's that surprises me because I think that our DNA clock sounded higher than base PS5. It's always hard to compare these things, eh? What's the what's the GPU? PlayStation 5. What's the clock? RDNA 2. Where's the clock rate? 2.2 gigahertz. Hmm. Interesting. Less CUs? Interesting. Hmm. Is there a player hub area? Yes. Yes, there is. There are, well, I've just blown up my account, sadly. So I'm kind of, I'm not in a great state to show you. Um, Maybe I can clip in. How be I clip in? Anyway, you do something fancy here, and spoiler, you do an offering, and then whee, and then you can get in here. It'll be slow to load because I'm on my dev build. Chug, load. And then there's 3 of these areas based on the enclave that you join. This guy is not here yet because he's captured, and we have to do our Garen quest first. But this is like one of the player locations where you can see all the other people online. Could the game have a server or session system like GTA Online where the open would have players and you could switch sessions? This makes a good MMO vibe in the open world. I am embarrassed to admit I have not played GTA Online. How does it work? Is it different than like MMOs that I'm familiar with? Like, is it different than WoW or Guild Wars 2 or something? Sessions or instances. No, it's just session instancing. Okay. I'm curious why why it feels like a good MMO vibe if it's just session instancing. Do they have a way that you can kind of jump across sessions easily or something? I'll look it up. I'll look it up. Are you going to add set stat bonuses to armor so we can mix sets like Monster Hunter Remnant instead of using what gives more armor? No. Yeah, I think we kind of missed the boat on that, so I think we should look at that for sure. Yeah. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, you want more than 3 players. Gotcha. Gotcha. Yeah, for now, it's not really in the cards for us to go a lot higher. Never say never, obviously, in a game like this. 100 player squads. Nope. That would be That would be it would change the technical requirements of the game. Um, but I think I think that having an opportunity to see other players and see the souls of other players near you, a bit like how the Souls games work. I think that would be an interesting way to make it feel a little bit more MMO-ish. Yeah, special stats on armor and stuff would be super, super cool. I agree. So a question here. What's your vision for virtues? My vision is we're gonna kind of lightly smash the system ASAP. So um, it's the way things are scaling with virtues, there's not enough consistency there. And there's not enough diversity in what is a good way to build your virtues. So we're gonna change that up. That's the vision. Yeah, I saw this as well. There is a fix going in for the Songs replay. I also saw this being mentioned. That's going to go on the old pile of notes as well. Thank you. Yeah. All right. Well, it's getting late, and I want to thank you all that joined me on my little stream. I did not fix a single thing. I I copied some localization and fixed two whole words tonight. But I did get a lot of good information from everyone. I got a lot of good notes here that I'm going to be scrolling through with the team on Monday and talking about um, some of the things that you shared. So I hope you all have a good rest of your night and happy birthday to the one person who had their birthday, and also good luck on your finals if you are writing exams, which I saw as well. So ta-ta for now. And yeah, thanks for playing. Thanks for being interested. I'll see you guys later.